hello and welcome to. This is a special one. Yeah, I'll say it's special. Yeah, I have some guests. I've got reoccurring guests on discount, evidently, because I got you both at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Rambling Weekly. I think this is going to be episode 128. Good gracious.
It's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
That's 128 more things than I've ever done.
Oh boy.
It's some number of things more than I've ever done. I don't know exactly how many.
Not many. You've been pretty good with your channel there, so I think I don't know how many episodes or videos you have so far.
I don't know.
But anyway, it's Rambling Weekly, episode 128. I'm Taylor. Hello. I'm not one of the hosts. I am the host. I am.
Right. Confidence.
Butchering it, so I have to pretend I'm confident. Anyways, with me is B Clerk and Slaid. How are you two doing today?
Doing solid. How about you, sir?
Solid is a good word to describe it. Very solid.
Solid.
Not gaseous or liquid, but solid.
Uh-huh.
a certain state of matter.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Good. I'm doing pretty well. I know we were chit-chatting beforehand, so I'm amped up. I'm more alive than I normally am, and I don't know.
You are. I've never seen you this excited about it. Well, maybe excited is the wrong word, but I've never seen you this opinionated and passionate about anything. And that's
the Proto Man does it to him.
It is the Proto Man that do it too. I don't know. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's taking the bad lessons from Stoicism or just kind of. I don't know. My mom has said this about me, is that I tend to play things pretty close to the vest.
Sure.
And part of that's, I would say, is because a lot of times I really don't have an opinion on anything.
Yeah, I get it. Some things aren't worth having much of a strong opinion on. It's true.
It's just a windmill on the field, just kind of rotating out. That's really what's going on.
It all just passes through you.
Right. That certainly brought me a lot. You know what? I need to actually say this now, and I know I've said this.
Here we go. It's the Proto Men podcast now.
No. I could have swore I've probably mentioned this on recordings with Sushi Bee or just in general. I think part of my problem with either the Power On stuff or just rambling in general, I pick the worst times for them. Either it's at the ass crack of dawn or it's like 2 hours past my bedtime.
Okay.
So
I'm guessing this is the 2 hours past your bedtime category.
It's 8 o'clock at night, thank you.
Some
I hate
people
that
have them
elderly.
at different times.
To be fair, I was trying to work something out to do that for a bit. Wasn't working, so I stopped that. But that's partly why a lot of my videos kind of come across as me being very sleepy, because I am very sleepy.
Nothing wrong with being sleepy. It's a mood.
So it could also be why I don't really have much of in the way of opinions, because my noggin's just like, dude, there's 8 of us up here and we're barely keeping this together.
Well, it's called Rambling Weekly, so I mean, there you go.
Exactly.
It's in the name.
Yeah. That part of it's also, I think I do get a little bit more energized. Not to say that I don't with Sushi. Sushi isn't quite a wet blanket, but I know we can be kind of
He's also a very low energy guy, so it makes sense.
Yeah, so I tend to either try to match or if I know I can, if people will play along, I'll certainly be a bit more animated. But
sure.
I think.
But now I kind of want to hear the episode of Rambling where you try and get him hyped up and he just shuts you down around every attempt.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to pick a game that it'd have to be like a Final Fantasy game or something.
Yeah, I was about to say any Final Fantasy.
Contra 3.
Oh yeah, Contra 3. Bring that back up. Oh gracious. But as I would say, I'll spin it. We'll start with Slaid. Slaid, how has your week been so far?
Oh, it's been all right. Mostly still just house stuff. I close on Friday.
Ooh,
So, yeah, finally, I'll have to find a new goal. That's scary.
Your goal will become constantly doing things to your house now.
Right.
It's the only path from home ownership. It's the only way you can go.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just set it on fire. I don't know.
That was a joke for any future insurance.
I was about to say, if my insurance company is listening, I'm not actually going to do that.
That is what we call humor.
I have an umbrella policy. I think that means I'm allowed to joke about burning my house down, and I don't think there's anything they're allowed to do about it. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It covers that. That's part of it.
Oh gracious, that is a nice point to bring up, though. Is you've accomplished that. It's always like some people want to focus on the goal, or like the accomplishing of the goal, and not the process and enjoying the process of doing something.
Sure.
And I think that's...
Can anyone truly enjoy the process of buying a house? I'm not sure that's possible.
And there's only so much there. Like once that fucker's bought, it's bought. You know what I mean? Like that's that.
Well, I mean, just
it
was all of those odds and ends of getting to that point, right? Mm-hmm. That process, not just the meeting with the housing agent and all that sort of fun jazz. I think of like doing the writing, or for some people, doing YouTube and stuff, and having those things.
The difference is 2 of those 3 things are creative, and 1 is just buying a thing.
Because I'm making examples. Good golly, I'm making examples. You have to work for those sorts of things. You got to save money if you.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, you didn't realize how much we'd be or at least I'd be heckling you today.
I was not expecting it.
I didn't plan on this. It just sort of happened.
Betrayed. I'm already betrayed, and we're only 8 minutes in. Oh Lord. Anyway, but no, once again, congratulations on that. I mean, I know it's still Friday out, but
it could still fall apart. My brain keeps telling me that.
That's how buying a house is.
Yep. So we'll see.
All right, and then how about yourself, Heckler B. Clark?
That would be me.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been working on anything so monumentous as buying a new house. But I have been slowly but surely working through the next documentary video for my YouTube channel, 1 Million Power. Go and watch the R360 documentary and all the other videos if you haven't yet.
Yeah, that was great.
Yes, you listening to this.
It was enjoyable.
Thank you.
I'm making a note of it now. 9-minute mark.
I get a link in the show notes.
Link. Yeah, I'm trying to get better.
Congratulations. Because that one performed, and that's cool as hell.
It did, thank you. And so now, as any sane person would, and anything that they're sort of halfway treating as a business, I want to do more things that do well, as it turns out. So working on another one. I won't spoil what it is yet. Hopefully we'll have it sometime out in January. Other than that, just kind of looking forward to being done with work for a few weeks coming up, and around Christmas here. So looking forward to funneling all that time into working some more on that video.
Nice. Yeah, definitely look forward to it.
My little furry children that I got this year have stolen all of my vacation days. So I don't have any more of those. I know.
Cats. He's talking about cats, by the way.
Right.
Kittens. 2 kittens.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
this
that's
is the internet.
correct.
You do need to.
Yeah.
I
2
do.
extremely well-behaved kittens.
Yeah. Yeah, as one is literally chewing on me as we speak, biting my pinky. But that's okay, because I still love him.
He just wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
My noise blocker's not coming off, so he's not going to be on the podcast.
Denied. Oh, that's
Sorry,
yeah.
bud.
Yeah, I don't really have terribly much vacation time myself. My mom was getting upset with me to a degree because she called and was like, "Oh, I'm thinking of possibly coming up." I was like, "Okay, I don't really have terribly much in the way of like vacation time to take off," and that translated out to I didn't want to see her, and I was like, "That's not it," but thank you for
parents.
So, but I mean, she just was it 3-4 months ago moved down to Florida, so yeah, it's been good for her.
Good.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, jokes aside, it's been good for her. So, oh right, there's outside of that, anybody want to bring up anything before we get into this topic?
No, I think I'm good.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we are going to talk about the culture war stuff. This is one of those the topic that had like a caution tape around it. Because
Y'all like Star Wars?
Well, here's the thing, right? I don't really care for Star Wars. I know my dad really liked the original series, and I remember having like the one collection of the original series that had Vader. There was like the gold version and then the silver version.
I remember this. I'm pretty sure I had it as well. I believe that was before George Lucas screwed up those movies with as many additions and edits.
Right.
But I could be wrong about that. I'm no Star Wars historian.
So like I remember we had that, but I don't remember like fully watching all through it. I probably have, but it just didn't leave as much as of an impression on me.
Sure.
But that's really not what we're what I want to talk
wait, it isn't? Go, God, I signed up for the wrong podcast. I gotta go.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
right.
just funny that fucking movie has just been like litigated, constantly for the past, how many years. I mean, they're probably still doing it.
Oh, I
don't
imagine
know.
so.
Fortunately, I haven't seen anything about it recently, but so I had to bring it up as a joke.
I think that's a fair one, because I think that is probably where it really seeped into the cultural zeitgeist of at least online, and probably for a lot of people in the U.S. I could be the Western side of things, right?
It felt like the Gamergate monster had escaped containment, you know what I mean? And then it's just like, oh no, I said the G word. The word, even when people are talking in private without a microphone, in sight, people like whisper, Gamergate. So maybe I've brought the goblins out.
Oh boy,
they were going to come out eventually anyway.
But yeah, so this I know initially Slaid was trying to like pick it apart to how did you phrase how you wanted to talk about it? Was for the topic of just like
I don't know. I was like, I was in like the space of thinking about like weird echo chambers and all kinds of, I don't know. I think I was just overthinking it. And I said I didn't just want to come on your show and just be a complete fucking political partisan, which
and
is
I told
exactly
you that's
what
fine.
was
Go
going
for it.
to happen. Yeah, I know. But I feel a little weird doing that.
That's all. That is totally fine. Like, it is. You're allowed to have your opinion, and I've offered you a place to express it. So,
Yeah,
but
it's so easy to be incredibly venomous about these people that, like, I don't know. We got so much of that. What were you going to say?
Since we mentioned it, I mean, do you think that is one of the first sort of, for lack of a better way of putting it, internet-wide events that sort of like woke you up to this? I'm trying to think back of anything that may have happened on the internet specifically before that, and that has to be one of the earlier ones for me as well. And like we have a decent age difference between us without giving away numbers.
Right.
But I feel like that's one of the landmark online things I can think of for really sort of drawing a dividing line between like people's beliefs.
Yeah. No, I absolutely feel that way. And it's weird, how early it happened for me, because like I think when that was happening, like when it was first kicking off, I mean this is going to make you feel old, sorry, but I was in high school.
Yeah, that does make
when
me
that was
feel
happening. And there was so much at the time that I missed, because it was about a million things, right? It was. There were people who genuinely just saw it as a consumer advocacy campaign, rather than, basically what it was, a harassment campaign.
Yeah.
It was just a classic, these people are coming to steal your blank, and this is what you need to do about it. You can insert whatever group here, and that's... this is dark, but that's why it was kind of a test bed for fascism in the U.S.
Later.
Yeah.
Yes. For example.
Yes. What were you going to say?
I remember friends that I had then and still have now. Actually, like it became, at least its major talking points anyway, became so widespread that I had people who would have in no way come into contact with any of this in their normal online interactions asking me about this. That's how far out it reached.
Yeah.
At that time, like very non-game playing, people use the internet, but in very different ways from what I use the internet, had heard about all this.
Right.
Which was pretty eye-opening for me. And to your point, I feel like there were like, it's kind of crazy when I think about it now, because there were, like you said, battles sort of being fought on multiple fronts.
Yeah.
I never really considered it before, but like you said, there must actually be people who were just, their only skin in this game was that one of, consumer integrity or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure there's probably some big wiki or some big write-up that will do a much more exhaustive job than we can do about explaining all the different pieces of this. But I feel like if you were kind of paying attention to the gaming part of the internet at the time, like even if it started out as, these game journalists in their ivory tower or whatever the conceit is, it so quickly became not really anything to do with that at all, that it's very easy to lose sight if that's what the original purpose even was. Like it became harassment so fast,
right,
that for a while it was like that's all you would hear about.
It certainly got washed away, which is unfortunate, because that's been my complaint for a lot of like game journalists since like I was in high school, and because initially I had actually wanted to go into journalism.
Sure.
And I would see this thing where it's like, for example, when what was it, Halo 2 or something was coming out. All these people are in there and they're being given Xbox 360s and stuff. I'm like, this needs to be noted
And back then it probably wasn't. It is now. I feel like if it's one non-harassment related thing that came out of that, it's that people are much more careful to say, hey, I got this for free, et cetera, because I won't claim it happens across the board, but I feel like people are much more aware of that nowadays than they would have been back in those Halo 2 days, for example.
Well, or, way before, too, right? And, there's certainly a line of delineation that needs to be made. Yes, I understand. Sometimes people need to be given these things to be able to review certain things. There's a difference between being, having a product available to use it to do your reviews versus being just given stuff straight out.
Sure.
Oh, hey, you're all here kind of thing.
And I think in the classical days of games journalism, whatever that means, I guess what I mean by that is when it was more magazine-centric, when it was, people in offices versus, maybe a whole bunch of freelancers or something. My understanding from a lot of stories of people who have been in this for a while is that's how it was. You would have the office, GameCube debug unit or whatever, and no one owned that.
Right.
The magazine owned that. Maybe you could take it home while you were reviewing a game or something, but you were not keeping it. Microsoft was not giving all of the writers debug units to do this on. They were maybe giving a certain amount to the publication, and that was it. And I don't think you need to disclose anything for that. That's just
and I would agree with I would agree with that. Yeah, it's just when it becomes too. I don't need to
disclose that I use my company laptop to write code on.
Right. Well, and I think if even in keeping with that, with the whole hey, be upfront with this sort of thing.
Yeah.
It obviously spiraled into being a much quote unquote bigger deal. Yes. Because I think it was just this is the either because they don't like these people for either how they talked about things or whether it's how they talked about the things that they liked or how they injected whatever to be however they presented it, they certainly had an axe to grind. And whether through jealousy or I don't know because I don't want to say a fair critique because I don't. To me, I think a fair critique is one where you kind of just go, okay, I don't really agree with this, but it's when you're talking about a game, it's kind of. It's a bit more subjective, right? It's I don't like how the game was presented. I don't like the art style. Okay, well, I did. The end. I mean, there's not you can't really have too much of a visceral back and forth. It's be mature enough to be okay, cool, that's fine. All right. And that's where it should end. You don't like the thing. Yeah. You this is I know I mentioned it. I think we've mentioned it before when I was recording, but I was mentioning how my mom will say I will kind of play things close to the vest. And part of it's if I don't have anything to say, I don't have anything to say.
Right.
And if it's somebody who likes something, it's okay, all right, cool, you like that. I don't really care for that, but if you like that, go with God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, what does it matter?
Everything.
Because you don't make these things your entire identity,
but
and I think that's the problem with these, people who, are so obsessed with this. These video games were about one thing. For 10 years, since the early 360 days, they were big dude bro muscle games full of bald space marines and chainsaws or whatever. And
you're really dating yourself with that one.
Yeah, well, and then around 2016, video games suddenly you were allowed to have colors again. It was pretty fucking cool.
Not just browns. There's more colors than just brown.
Yes, the PlayStation 4 allowed for at least 3 colors instead of yellow and brown. You could have yellow and brown and a blue or a red or something. And video games were becoming more inclusive.
Yeah.
I know that's a scary word for some people, but they weren't just about big roided up Schwarzenegger muscle men anymore because, and I will say largely because I think the video games press spent years and years and years railing against that shit. And
yeah.
they were right to, I think. Video games are, barring the actual industry shit that is happening right now with the layoffs and all of that nonsense, I mean, creatively are in a better place than they have ever been in. More games are being made than ever, and sorry to sound like fucking Phil Spencer, as he lays off 2,000 people and then talks about how it's the greatest time ever for video
I
games.
see that
Yes.
those strings there.
Yeah, but individuals are creating like just these amazing things, and they're colorful, and they have weird, interesting mechanics, and they can still sell millions of copies or whatever. Like, I don't know, we're just in a really cool time, and I feel like you have to give those journalists some credit for that because they open the doors to for everything, not just to be some gray brown gross nonsense.
Yeah.
I think you were going to say something earlier, Taylor.
I was going to say to give grace to the roided out. Bald
Oh no! Who
spacer.
will think of the roided out men?
No. So I put a quote in the Discord a couple days ago from Naotoshi Jin, who founded From Software and stuff. Most of the time, realism and emotional expressiveness are completely unrelated. The problem is that I think what happened is there was too much navel gazing because there was such a great leap in technology to replicate quote-unquote realism. Not to say that the roided out bald space marine is realism, but it's like, they were trying so hard to get it so close, and with certain things I think they still try to do that. Cough cough yellow paint. It's trying to thread that needle to be like, we want to have this be super realistic looking, that they just kind of just focused in on that one tree and missed the whole forest because of it.
Yeah.
And it
that
took a
whole
long time.
generation is plagued with that, right?
Yeah.
Like if you not that nothing good came out of it. Like plenty of things good came out of it, but like so much. And this was also during this isn't completely related, but this is also during the whole Japanese games are dead era, which I think we've all now kind of come to realize was never really true.
Right.
It's just that I think people were getting a little too into an area of higher fidelity graphics. And it's true that Japan, a lot of Japanese developers did, at least initially, have a little bit of a tough time jumping on that bandwagon. And they took that and just kind of, rode it to the extreme. And so not that you don't have games with artistic vision that aren't coming out of Japan. I don't mean to say that. But a lot of the classic examples and maybe a lot of the early examples, I think, are. And so you had a period that was a little bit more devoid of that. And so I think that void might have played some small part in what we were just talking about, where it felt like games were just full of bald, roided up space marines.
Well, yeah,
because you didn't have a lot to counterpoint to that.
They had, it had so many people being vocal looking down their nose at, Katamari Damacy, as if, it's just a stupid, silly game. That who would actually play that game? A lot of people would.
And it was
the king.
And this was one of those things we can kind of blame journalists for this as well. Is that a lot of the mainstream ones really did spend a lot of time shitting on Japanese games, like JRPGs in particular. It's, look at these effeminate men, these horrible, look at, they're showing their midriff, and is it a man or is it a woman? I don't know. That whole bullshit. Just real disgusting stuff. And then they go home and chill in their Mountain Dew jacuzzi or whatever the fuck they did back then. Yeah, it's a disgusting thought, but it was those early times were frustrating.
You're
will
killing
say
me with
that-
the early times, and I get it. What
I
you're
know,
saying?
The times when I was a child and you were already an old man. Those times.
That's
You
definitely
were an
describes
ancient-
my position in life.
a relic man, and I was, fresh and young and
Yes.
and full of life and
And
splendor.
now I'm basically a mummy wasting away
Right.
before everyone's eyes. But yeah, I totally agree with that. Like if you read a lot of the major gaming outlets, there was a lot of that going on. But thankfully, and I think this also was a sort of something that lit the fire for some people too. Like people who did legitimately feel that way and who maybe started the Gamergate movement definitely had people in the press sort of agreeing with them, at least in terms of the direction, gaming should be going, I guess. But by this time, you also had, you had a lot of outlets like 1UP and ones that had some writers, at least, who were writing a lot more thoughtfully about this stuff.
Right.
And so if you didn't buy into all that fucking nonsense, then you did still have, enough voices out there to read if you were really kind of in disagreement with that. And I think there being enough of those type of writers kind of widened that schism. Whereas like if this were just the magazine days, you might have just had all the writers sort of generally conforming on that point, and so there would have been no one to argue with, I guess.
Yeah. And I mean, look at the people, look at who ultimately won, too. Look at the people who still have careers.
Mm-hmm.
It was, the more open-minded people. It was the more, Japanese games can be super cool. Like those who kind of, held that front or whatever, now are generally pretty successful. Like they've gone on to have podcasts, and I'd say some influence on the industry and everything like that, and are just, generally doing way more interesting things. Like what the fuck has Adam Sessler done in the past 5 years?
Don't care.
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't he try to bring back G4?
I think him and a handful it was just like all YouTubers or whatever. It was like Gerard the Completionist, another gem, was a part of that. And yeah,
that's how you really feel.
I know. It's real easy to just. Like I said, I don't just want to come on here and be an opinionated douchebag, and then here we are.
You're good.
No, I think it.
I'm teasing.
It was just like a strange YouTube show, and I don't think it lasted more than a year.
Yeah,
So.
but it was a very long year, is the thing, because eventually, to not bury the lead anymore, like it, maybe if it ended as just a crusade against journalists, which I would not have supported, that might have been more okay, even though I don't really think it's okay at all.
No.
But compared to it basically ended up becoming, at least for some people, like, you're a woman and you don't belong here.
Yeah.
Was what the first thing I think of when I think of that movement, because that is what it turned into.
Absolutely.
And like I don't even know what to say to that. Like it's there are no words. Like I don't care how much you feel like the flames were being stoked by someone who happens to be a woman or whatever. Like you can have your opinions, fine, but like there's not an acceptable way that this ends up, like that this justifies harassing someone and or trying to end their career. Like
Right.
that's just fucked. You are a fucked up person if that is your end goal. Like there are plenty of personalities that I am not the biggest fan of, but I go on with my day and I do my thing, and I don't concern myself with them anymore.
I think that's maybe two lessons to take from just that little section right there. Is one, to understand your position, aka with a lot of the journalists who ignored a lot of Japanese games or just kind of thumbed their noses at it just because it didn't seem or come across as mature, or perhaps what they thought the people wanted to learn about, and to understand that maybe I'm the one that needs to be the quote unquote light bringer, to be like, hey guys, here's this nifty little thing I seen. To understand that responsibility, but then understand the other responsibility of I've really come into thinking that it's not so much that the speaker has that power; it's more so the listener.
Sure.
And that's like you said, B. Clark. It's like if there's somebody you don't like and you hear something from them or whatever, you're just like, okay, unless I'm being chased by hellhounds. There's really, I don't really need to take any of their word for much of anything, other than just whatever. I always would tell my youngest sister this when she would get upset that some people would try to be mean or make fun of her or something. It's like, don't listen to the braying of donkeys, because they're nothing but jackasses. But it was so, like, when you do have, for example, if you do learn that X individual has kind of some shady stuff going on in the background with stuff, and you feel that way, okay, be like, I really don't like this person, and I'm not going to really pay too much attention to what they have to say about stuff. If it comes up in a conversation with somebody, you make your point known, but then just kind of be like, okay, I've made my point. Go about my day.
Forum or whatever, if you want to vent with some friends, that's all good. People do that about everything. You don't have to like everybody, but you probably shouldn't make death threats to people either. That seems a little extreme. I don't know. I think there's something in the middle there you could just do instead.
Well, call me old-fashioned.
Well, B. Clark will vouch for this, but Slaid, back in the early days, back in our early days,
the mid 2000s, you mean the early days?
Oh no, probably even earlier than that. Probably a lot earlier than that. We used to consider the internet as a fantasy place. The internet wasn't everything. Yeah. The internet was the place for silliness, and then you left it to live your life.
Yeah. It was so disconnected from. I mean, obviously, even back then, I'm sure people had jobs who were tightly tied to it. But I worked in an arcade, for God's sake. The internet might as well not even have existed. We didn't have a computer in that place. And I think most, on an average, if we're talking late 90s here, which I assume we are, most people's jobs, I would venture to say, they may have had computers, but they may have had nothing to do with the internet at all. So it was very, very easy to compartmentalize those things. And it's this is the silly fun time part of my day, where I go on the internet and do dumb shit. And then I sign off and I live my real life.
Yeah. More specifically than just the internet, I mean, social media wasn't a thing.
Oh, yeah, no.
Smartphones weren't a thing. You didn't have, if you got mad on the internet, I mean, you'd have to shut that shit off and go do something eventually. Go to work, go to school, something like that. There is no release valve anymore. There is no, I can go cool down and do something, because it is always there, lingering.
Yeah.
You have to have very strong, consistent willpower, and that's actually a good point, because I think I've probably mentioned it to you, and I think I've probably mentioned it on a rambling at some point. I graduated from BG. Spoiler alert, Bowling Green. Back in.
Oh, you doxed yourself.
I know, right? Whatever. Some 16 years ago. And then I was, gone for like 5 years. And that's when the smartphone really became a very important tool for people to use. So I came back to a very different
Must have felt like an alien.
Oh,
yeah, that's strange.
yeah, I still feel that way. I still feel very syncopated. Arvel, he last time we met up, he looked at me and he saw me using the smartphone. He's like, it is really weird to see, because I didn't have a smartphone until 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so like you guys know this. I don't really text you guys, and ain't like I don't like dislike people or anything, but I'm not like, I may pop onto I think like I don't have Discord on my phone. I don't have much of anything. Music, I'll just leave it at that. Don't sidetrack. Just music. It's my music box. No proto men talk. But
that's all you have on your phone. Don't lie.
No, I've got probably like, I got a stupid amount of music on it. Anyways, but like, it's mostly just music or something. I don't really, outside of for work or something, or if I need to like send a message to, but it's not like I'm on it constantly. It's just not something I do. So I don't know if it's because I am half Luddite or something or what, but like to me, my brain does not understand the process of, what was the Tyler creator meme of just like, there's no bullying online, just close your eyes and like
how is cyberbullying a thing, bro? Just shut the phone off.
yeah. Unfortunately, I skew that way. Like I'm like, it makes sense. Like just turn the phone off, just go elsewhere. Like, but
I enjoy that you just called yourself a Luddite and then made a Tyler the Creator reference. That's funny to me. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
The duality of man.
Right.
This one man specifically.
Yes, the duality of this man.
Oh, gracious! But I only said I was half Luddite. Thank you. Like,
right.
The other half, he will prance around in the fields of the internet and go, "Oh, this is silly. Okay, this is a little too." Okay, it's a little too much for me.
Honestly, your approach might be the healthier one, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, is it though? Because part of the problem that ends up coming out of that is I have a hard time connecting on things with a lot of people when they're talking about stuff, where it's just like, it's like, I mean, you guys have known me for a while. I will pretty much be like, if I'm conversing with somebody, I'll let them have the floor. Like, if you want to go 20, 30 minutes talking about something that A, I may not have an interest in, B, I know nothing about, go for it. Like that's cool. Like I to me, it's an interesting thing to see what really interests people. So great, but then when people are referencing memes or referencing this or that, it's like okay. I know I bother some of my coworkers and stuff who are just like, did you come out from a rock? Were you hatched from an egg? Like what? Like
maybe they think you're my age.
I think it's a strange case when you're with me and B. Clark every Monday, because usually it's not like, hey, have you seen this internet thing? Usually it's, hey, have you seen this robot anime from 1984?
Yes,
usually is what it's like. So I don't know that I'm exactly the most plugged in either. It's just me and this man have a very strange overlap and things that we know about, like strange commentators from Japan.
For sure.
That's a really good point. Like you have an insane amount of like weird old movie and anime knowledge for how old you are or aren't. And that really, if you're just being ageist, like you would think I would be that person, but I am to some degree, but I feel like not to nearly the same extent that you are.
Maybe, but like I was more just saying, just because like how sometimes we will just go on a kick.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Some weird nonsense, something or other, and I feel like that might give you, Taylor, almost like a strange oh, I don't, I'm not hip or whatever.
Oh,
we're just also not hip, but in a different way than you are not hip.
Exactly.
I don't think of it that way. I think no, like in a lot of conversations I'll have with different people, I will let them just talk.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I mean, it's just part of it's just a lot of times I'm good. I'm comfortable not taking the floor. Like
Oh, I get that.
Go with it.
And that's like a
sometimes
very good
that's just
quality
being polite.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or if you do want to learn more about people, like that is one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah.
It's called being a good listener.
Yeah.
I try, but that's let's step back to this cultural bit here.
Yeah.
I don't know how we quite sidetracked into that.
I don't know either.
But, don't need to. My pillow has been fluffed. Thank you, gentlemen, for making me. I'm a good listener. But I want to bring it back to that Star Wars thing, because that seems to outside of the whole the Gamergate thing, and then broken containment was the sequel trilogy. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
7, 8, and 9. Now, when those were coming out, because I'm not much of a Star Wars fan, I had a hidden, buried, just kind of secret, loathing wish that it would turn out abysmal, because I despise Abrams. He ruined Star Trek movies with his nonsense, and Bad Robot. I don't like anything that's really gone on with that studio that I can think of, and it's just what's the Lost. Yes. Boo, 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 boo.
And I think that's when people actually started to get disillusioned with them.
That or some people absolutely love them. I'm in the former camp. I really don't like Lost. I don't think it's very good.
I think he's outed himself as a hack over the years to most people, to be honest.
Well, like the working theory of leaving boxes that are unexplained. I, in one hand, agree that it's nice to have that space for somebody who enjoys something to kind of make their own. Like that's a great hook for somebody if they like a show, that they can just kind of, it gets them thinking about it and whatnot. However, if you don't explain the box, and it's very important, and it tends to just kind of make things not very, very interesting. Or if you have boxes everywhere. Anyways, that was my little rant about Abrams, because that's a total side tangent to the whole thing. But it's Star Wars. Certainly, if you liked it, you were a part of what was that, the wokies, the woke folk.
Yeah, you were like a weird woke, communist or whatever who wanted to take my Star Wars. You weren't even now this is the fucking silliest shit, right? You weren't even a fan of Star Wars before Episode 8. Motherfucker, who wasn't a fan of Star Wars? Everybody liked Star Wars. There was nobody in the world who had not had an opinion on Star Wars.
Turns out those movies were actually pretty popular. Who knew?
Yeah, who would have thought? They got released 17,000 times. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that's fair. It wasn't even Abrams. I totally buried the lead with that. I just wanted to get that out there. Boo on that man. Boo that man. But
It's fine.
it was the eighth one. So the second in that trilogy that really just lit a fuse for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was like the Joker, laughing like a maniac about the whole thing, because I'm just like, it is a movie, folks. Are we really getting this bent out of shape about a movie?
And the answer was absolutely yes.
Yes.
We were. Well, by we, I mean people, not any of us here.
Well, because it desecrated their hero, right? They didn't like. I mean, mainly, yes, there was a lady with pink hair in it, and that was bad, I guess. But also,
Sure.
that's why that's one strike against it if you're a strange Twitter type. But also, it what people wanted to see is they just wanted their nostalgia gland stroked, something like that, and they wanted
graphic.
to see. Yes, I know. They wanted to see. I forgot his name for a second. Luke Skywalker come and cut a bunch of guys up, and then that's what they wanted the movie to be. And instead, they got some kind of weird commentary that I'll be honest, I don't get. I guess this is where I reveal that I am a strange conservative weirdo, because I think that movie fucking blows ass. I don't think it's a good movie, and I don't think it's because there's a lady with pink hair in it, and I don't think it's because Luke Skywalker does what he does. I just think it sucks, and I think 9 sucks too. And I guess I'm not actually a weird
9
conservative.
is a pile of garbage, and I think even people who were on the other side of the fence, whether they admit it or not, probably agree that 9 was a pile of garbage. But 8 was interesting because you're right. I feel like 7 is where you got the nostalgia gland stroke, right? Because I came out of 7 not thinking it was bad, but being like, they just did all the things again.
Yeah.
They did all the things from A New Hope again, and that's kind of all it was. I was a little disillusioned, I guess, but then I also agree with you. I thought 8 was a bad movie, but I think it's because it had so much fat on it that it killed the pacing. But I think that actually what they did with Luke Skywalker's character was really interesting, and I don't think they went far enough with it. I really like the idea of someone who was a hero just becoming an old, bitter person. Yeah. Who had chosen to become a hermit. Like that, I thought that was like a really good artistic decision. Maybe the exact steps that they went with it after that, I wouldn't necessarily have done them in that exact sequence, but I think that was a very good misdirect and like a very good way of making that movie, in theory, not just they did all the things again.
Right.
But yeah, it's in the end it was not great, but not for the reasons that certain people would say.
Well, I didn't watch any of them, so
You're fine as far as I'm concerned with all of those sequels. Like, I would not tell anyone that they need to watch any of them.
I mean, I didn't even watch the prequel. I think the one, because it came out when I was still fairly young. I mean, it's not like the other two didn't as well, but I remember catching Phantom Menace. I think my dad was really excited, so he took me and my brother.
So many people were so excited.
Right. Yeah, because my dad is a fan of the originals and stuff. So
sure.
Yeah, I watched that one, but I didn't watch the second nor third ones.
Good for you, honestly.
So, but it's just, but that's kind of my thing. Like, it's just a really weird to me that something comes out and you don't like it, so I am going to rail on it. Like, in one hand, I get it to critique it.
Sure.
But then it's like when it's a constant come up of, oh, well, it's this, and then it's this, and then it's this, and then it's this, and it's just like, just the badgering of it. Whether it's the film itself or any of the tendrils of the film, actors, directors, and whatnot. It's just kind of like, okay, you don't like it.
Yeah, the common thread that this has with what we were talking about is people ended up getting harassed for it, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
Kelly
again,
Marie
like,
Tran specifically.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, why? What does this win for you in your imaginary war? Like, I just can't comprehend it.
Yeah, well, it
And
just
to
sucks.
say-
Because
Yeah,
when you
sure.
you build your identity around, this like media, and then when something comes out that you don't like, it feels like an attack on you, and that is just such a horrible, immature way to live your life.
It's an evolution of when you would have discussions like a playground, classroom, wherever, work related, cafeteria or something. It's an evolution, or just a evolution. We'll go with evolution. Evolution doesn't necessarily have to mean greater or anything like that. It can be just a different variant of, I don't like this. I actually had this the other day. Like, so, plot twists of plot twists. I've probably never really mentioned this before. I love the stage production of Les Miserables.
Oh, sure.
Just phenomenal. I grew up and I
great.
just loved it. The movies, Liam Neeson one. Oh, sure, no, but
You don't mean Liam Neeson, surely? You're talking about Les Miserables still? I'm sorry.
Taken, right? Taken guy.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
did one. Movie? Yeah, he did a movie in the '90s of Les Mis where he was Jean Valjean.
Okay. I thought you meant the
That's how-
2000s one that had Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah,
in it.
yeah.
I guess I'd forgotten that there was another movie adaptation before that, and I don't think I knew.
Because you're
Liam
not a
Neeson
true
was in
fan.
it. I am apparently not.
but it's an okay film. It's not musical whatsoever, but it's an okay film. But and then the Hugh Jackman one and Russell Crowe one, it's okay. I don't.
Yes. It's fine.
Yeah, it's serviceable. But I prefer the
Hugh Jackman at least knows how to sing.
Right. I prefer the what is it, the 10th anniversary or the 15th anniversary, one of those two, and then like the 25th anniversary, the 20th. The anniversary ones are just phenomenal. I love them. I'm trying to remember where I was going with all this. Oh, that's what it was. So I love Les Mis. I think it's just fantastic. I love the book. Mind you, you could cut out the 200 pages of the Battle of Waterloo. I think that's what it is, the Battle of Waterloo. Beautifully written. Don't know what you're thinking, Hugo. Don't need this. Hire an editor.
Yeah, no editor, I guess.
Right. It's like I think I get where it goes, where it's trying to draw parallels to the whole just brief rebellion and stuff. But anyway, like I love Les Mis, and I was mentioning this to some of my coworkers last week, and I don't remember why, because it was just something that kind of came up in the conversation. It's just like, oh yeah, something weird about me that people probably don't realize. Like, you wouldn't peg me as he's a fan of Les Mis. Probably not, unless you do heard me listen to the songs or something. But one of my coworkers, she was like, I'm sorry, don't get mad at me. I don't like it whatsoever. And I'm like, why would I get mad at you because you don't like something I like? And she's like, well, that's kind of how... And I'm like, no.
You mean you didn't immediately threaten to kill her?
I did, like, 10 minutes later, but...
Okay, wow.
but I was... and I'm just like, why... But that whole issue right there, where she is... not necessarily afraid, but just trying to
right, thinking that's you should be your natural reaction to get mad at her because she doesn't like something that you do.
Right, yeah. Even if it is a very personal thing to me, because it's something that I remember watching as a kid and love watching with my mom and stuff because she had the movie for it. Somebody disliking that is not going to taint that memory of it.
Sure, absolutely.
And that failure to accept that other people are going to do something to it, like with the whole, what they did with the sequel trilogy, like you were saying, what they did with the Luke Skywalker character. in one hand, you could be like, oh, well, all this stuff is for naught because look what happens here. It's like, here's an idea. Just ignore it. Like, do you, to tie that to what you're saying, Slaid, like, stop making this your identity.
Yeah.
Like, be your own person.
Yeah, like, everyone is influenced by art, whether it's movies
absolutely.
or music or whatever. You shouldn't not be influenced by art, but, like, influence is the key word there. It's the other word that starts with I that isn't identity.
Great SSH song, by the way. Identity. 10.5 minutes long. Boom. Right there. And Stone McKnuckle did a remake of it. It's great. Check it out. Hour mark. Making a link for it. Sorry.
The other thing that, honestly, whether you're talking about Gamergate or whether you're talking about Star Wars or any other of the million other examples of this too, that like a very mentally healthy person, I think about this stuff from time to time. And what it all comes down to for me is, like, I don't understand why it has to be any more complex than the old adage of treat people the way that you want to be treated yourself. Like, I know that's a very old thing, but it's true. Like, I've gotten through life pretty well by going by that.
But that's boring, and I don't get clicks and views when I
guess,
do that.
Yeah, I can't be edgelordy if I'm abiding by that, I suppose.
Yeah, the sharks want blood.
And here's another little secret. Like, I way back in the day, not like terribly so, but I would be quite the puckish prick. Like, there was like a DDR forum that a bunch of my college friends and I wasn't a part of it, but they were a part of it. We'd all play like DDR and stuff, and they would rant to me about all the drama going on. So eventually I made an account there just to troll everybody with all the dirty laundry. So I get it. Like
but that's different, right? Like, we've all been trolls at some point in our life. Like, it's true. But, like, the classic internet meaning of trolling is so much more benign than the kind of stuff we're talking about here, right?
No, that's a good distinction to make on that.
Yeah, I guess I just have a hard time understanding how, you can have, like, a dog and a car and a job and a family who loves you and still have time to
There's that
be a
too,
fucking weirdo on the internet.
That too.
But maybe when you're missing one of those things, like, hey, sorry to anyone who is missing one of those things, because I know your experience, is a lesson or whatever. But, like, I mean, these really are just not well-adjusted people at all. There is a balance issue there somewhere. I think it is just too much consumption. It just really it makes a hollow person.
That. It really could be that. It's like, I guess, thinking about it, like, making someone who makes their entire identity based around different forms of media is, I mean, that may be the problem that they have. But, like, I think it's not even that, like, what some people may interpret me as saying here is, oh, you shouldn't just consume, you should create. And, like, I do believe that. But on the other hand, like, I get that some people, are in various situations that don't allow them to do that, and that's fine. But I think the distinction there is, like, treating media as something more than just, like, grist for the mill. And when I've processed this grist, I need to move on to more grist. But, like, actually thinking about what you're consuming and, like, I mean, I don't want to say forming an opinion, because clearly these people have some sort of an opinion about it, but maybe thinking more deeply about what your opinion on it is, other than, this is how the Star Wars was before, so this is how the Star Wars should still be. It's like, that's not a very nuanced opinion, is it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to like the new stuff. I largely don't. But again, it's like I find it much more enjoyable to have reasonable discussions with other reasonable people about why that is, and maybe, God forbid, how they could have made it better, instead of just going into full-on blah, and just riot. It's just more interesting to live your life that way, and I think it feels more fulfilling.
Well, and it's interesting because, the people who are the most angry and tyrannical and horrible on the internet really are the people who just want everything to just be like pure, gutless escapism.
Yes.
And then the people who are generally more kind and empathetic and, not angry on the internet are generally the ones who are saying, no, everything should be kind of political and everything should have a point. Everything should have like a message or something to say. Like that's an interesting dichotomy that I only thought about right now. Like that is a strange thing.
Yeah, and the gymnastics people will go through to convince themselves that a piece of media that maybe they've loved for a long time does not have any political lean to it never ceases to amaze me. Like the best ones I can think of recently are Final Fantasy VII was not political. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's
like, didn't we play the same video game?
Yeah.
You really got the horse blinders on if you think that. Like, from the get-go, it throws a point of view in your face.
Yeah. Like, weirdly, it's like the remake is almost less so because it's more like esoteric in what it's trying to say. Like it's this weird meta thing about making video games, whereas the original was like it was about the environment and corporate greed and identity. Those were the two things.
That's
two
why
things
the
that are very
remake will
relevant
fail
now.
because of metatextuality.
Yeah,
it just went there.
Well, I mean, I didn't like that ending of that first one. So I'm with you there. But fuck, I forget what I was gonna say. Somebody save me.
The planet's dying, Cloud.
Yeah.
You gotta. Let's talk about loving the mother OG,
the original MILF.
Yeah, the original MILF. That's a
boy.
You were talking about old media not being political, or it actually being political and having a point of view, but people not really realizing it. I feel like Gamergate was one of those times to go back to that, where people had just, and around that time, around 2015, 2016, I feel like, all of, like, everyone who was on the internet and kind of, we'll say, worldwide at large had, like, suddenly become, even people who probably shouldn't have been, became kind of activated or radicalized in some way. Like, it's like everything before that time kind of gets a pass. Like, look how many weird, conservative 45-year-old men just love Rage Against the Machine. If Rage Against the Machine, if they came out now, oh my God, they'd be blasted. It would be like, oh, what is this horrible, these weird commie bastards. No, it's like old political media just got grandfathered in because the thing that trumps everything else seems to be nostalgia.
It's true. Yeah, the Rage Against the Machine thing is a really, really interesting observation, and that's another one it continues to baffle me because it still comes up from time to time. Like, it's been a thing that's been happening for at least the last decade.
Yeah.
And you still get, like, some comment from Tom Morello or someone basically being like, I don't know what the fuck these people are on about.
Yeah, well, he literally says, what machine did you think we were raging against? It wasn't the T-1000. You know,
It was a factory machine, right?
yes. Oh yeah, the conveyor belt, the evil conveyor belt.
Yes.
No, it was the machine, the big one.
Yes.
I was about to say, I'm not as familiar with all that. I mean, I know Rage Against the Machine, but
Right.
I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, I mean, but even me, I think I first heard Rage Against the Machine when I was something like 13 years old or something. And I'm many decades older than 13 at this point for the listeners.
Spoilers.
So it was quite early on in their career. And even as a perhaps non-woke, not yet woke, 13-year-old, I still very much understood what those songs were about.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely amazing to me that some people are just like, what? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just like the angry rap. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, angry rap is generally angry for a reason. They're generally angry about something. And a lot of the times it has to do with political things. So, yeah.
I just like to see the look on someone's face when they find that out. Just like they go on to finally read the lyrics for the first time.
Yes.
They're like, oh, some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Oh no. Oh no.
You've made a horrible mistake.
I did not realize that it was such a common.
Yes,
occurrence.
it is. It's funny.
Hilariously common.
Oh boy. Let's say, do you feel like it has died down any since those days?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like weirdly, the average person has, this is pretty dark, honestly, has kind of just like shut down in a lot of ways as far as like politics. It's just like things are just so horrible and bad right now.
Yeah.
And it just kind of feels like, you know, even people who were 5 years ago saying, no, it's imperative that you be political, it is imperative that everything be about something, are kind of just like, I don't know, man, everything's fucked. Let's, you know, it just, if anything that you can do to hang on.
Yeah. It's a little hard to fight about media when much more real things in life are happening. Yeah.
I'd say that apathy echoes very similar to the same sort of apathetic nature. I kind of remember a lot of like older hippies as a kid, kind of hearing from them.
Yeah.
Things are just fucked, man.
I mean, definitely every generation says that, right? Like that's, but I don't know. I don't know that this is just like people getting old and saying like everything sucks now, because that has a little bit of a different cadence to it than like we have a person or people who are just causing immeasurable havoc to things on a world stage.
Yeah, I mean, and we have. I mean, look at what's going. Like, I feel like we're dancing around it a little bit, but like there is, you know, we have a genocide going on right now. We have, you know, an imperialistic country who's attempting to, you know, head westward. And, you know, in the country that we currently live in, people are literally being rounded up off the streets and thrown into black vans and deported. Like, you know, just to make it real fucking dark. Like, yeah, it's real fucking easy to just be like, nope, I'm shutting down. I'm getting the hell out of here. I can't watch this because, you know, I try not to be that way, but you know, the alternative is like it can eat you alive if you let it.
It's true.
It's a hard time for people with empathy right now.
It is like you do. People have definitely talked about this probably more eloquently than us. But like, if you are just letting yourself be consumed this all the time, it's a weird line, right? Because you don't want to just be like, I know horrible shit's happening, so I'm just gonna shut off and I'm not gonna do anything in whatever way I can. But if you make that your identity, then like you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
So it's a thing that I feel like most of us had never really had to think about before. Like, where is the line? And it's different for every person, obviously. But like, there is a line you can cross, even if you're trying to do good for the world in whatever small way you may be able to do, whether it's just throwing money at a cause or whatever. Like, you will impact your mental health seriously by it, and like it's a rough spot.
And it's hard to just like even stay informed almost when the zone is just so flooded with shit, and it's getting even worse now with AI. Now you have to like do research on, okay, this video, is this real? Is this picture real? Is this document real? Is any of like it is just harder every single day. It is harder and harder to even like be able to stay informed. Like, before it was like whether or not you wanted to, like it could be done.
Yeah.
Like now it just feels like you can't know everything there is to know about like current events, and it's just, I think it makes some people just kind of shut down.
And I've always kind of likened it to work almost in a way, right? Like maybe this is just my rationalization to myself, but like even within my job that I have at my company, not everything can be my problem.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not feasible for a single person to shoulder all of that.
Right.
So you stay informed, fine, but like in terms of helping, again, in whatever way that's feasible, like you pick your area and you do the best you can.
Right.
And accept that you are not Superman and you can't do everything and you can't help everybody. Like that, I think, is the healthiest way to deal with this.
Yeah. And like the important thing too is to actually like, if you want to be helpful, making yourself mentally unhealthy by consuming all of this shit just so you can argue with a guy at work or something. Yeah. That's not,
that does no one any good anyway.
Right. Like, you giving $15 to a fucking food bank is going to be more helpful than a lifetime of bitching at work.
Or on the internet, or with your family that you disagree with, or whatever, whoever.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the crux of it there, is that knowing your own position. Like, what? Certainly, it's nice to be informed on things, but in the same hand, how can you translate that information to good? Because information is just simply information. It's not a good nor bad thing. But when you are inundating yourself, like you're saying, if you're, if it is causing you these either breakdowns or for lack of a better way to put it, just like extreme mental fatigue, how good is that really being to like knowing of certain things, particularly in the position one is in. So it's like, I'm a nobody. So certainly, it's if something were to pop off, we'll say it's good to know that at least I might have an idea that things might pop off, and like I might have a 5-minute window ahead of time, that sort of thing. However, I can't control that. and then I can only control myself, and then, like you were saying, B. Clark, to control to take responsibility of the issues you can control, and not everything, because you can't shoulder everything. I think that is probably the best way to do it. Yeah, like Slaid said, $50 to a food bank, or donate your time to help at a food kitchen.
Yeah.
And
bring it back to the proto men. It's not hope rides alone, people.
I think I have an Etsy
you
shirt.
saw what happened when you take that road.
right. I get why you like the old curmudgeon sequestering himself away. But yeah, I've got I think it was an Etsy shirt that has "Hope Rides Alone," but it crosses "rides" out to where it just says "is."
Clever.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's pretty. It's that hurts, but
it's kind of the story.
It's kind of the story, right? But I think, it's certainly heart-wrenching when you see something going on and you can't really do much about it. So I think, just trying to do something with your own circle is the way to try to combat that. Because I think if you're catching all this information, not only it's can kind of dogpile into you're seeing all this heinous stuff, and then it gets exacerbated by just a sense of helplessness. I think I might have mentioned this in a rambling at one point. Like, knowing the idea that at some point, millions upon billions of years, the Earth is going to get swallowed up by the sun. What does that information do for us at this point in time?
Nihilism, that's what.
So it's just kind of like, okay, you know that. What does that really do for you? Do you, or like that? I know there's been some pushback against it, but the whole the universe is a simulation theory kind of thing. That certainly starts to color impressions for people to be like, okay, it don't matter then. Carl from Aqua Teen. None of it matters. It don't matter. So it's important, and the information you come across, and it, like I was saying with the blowhards on thing, it's like they have a responsibility, they themselves, to not be so. But if anything, it feels like people don't want to take that sort of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
oh, fuck.
What happened?
It just got heavy.
Oh.
The way you said that made it sound like one of your cats gave you a good claw in the arm or something.
No, actually that was happening earlier in my legs, and I think I handled it pretty well. You're not going to be able to hear where it was at, but I was in pain. So.
And you didn't start threatening. Well, maybe you did start threatening your cats, but I guess I'll never know that. But
the world will never know.
No.
I don't think you're a cat threatener.
I'm not. No.
I don't think that would do you any good.
No. It wouldn't.
No,
I mean, turns out they can't actually understand what you're saying. But
is that true?
Only tone.
I think it's always funny that we have the idea that owls are really smart and wise. That's kind of the impression we get. Evidently, they're really stupid, from what I've heard.
And
as Joe Rogan told Guy Fieri. Yes, they're very
that's
stupid.
Right.
Is that what he is? That I heard this from what some woman animal handler, and I don't remember seeing it on Rogan or something, but she was talking about that. They're not very smart.
No.
And also, they can be very violent. Like, owls scalp people, man. Like, owls are scary.
They are something. Oh, where's that? Oh, it's not within reach. I have an owl call somewhere, but I think it's on the other side of the. I'll grab it real quick.
It just makes me think of the owls from that one level of Castlevania 3.
Oh boy!
That if you don't know that you have to deal with them immediately, they just become an absolute menace.
That game is just evil.
The game is fantastic.
The thing that I was thinking about with the owls is that, oh my god.
They're here! They've come for me!
That's what you meant by an immediate threat earlier you were talking about.
Yes.
That's what we're supposed to know.
They're outside my
The
window.
owls are coming. What I was saying earlier, though, is, Guy Fieri said, my dad wanted to be reincarnated as an owl. And Joe Rogan goes, owls are just stupid fucking birds. They're actually really fucking stupid.
That's a horrible thing to say.
He's like, that's my dad you're talking about, Joe. And he's like, nah, they're just real fucking dumb.
Oh, poor Guy Fieri.
Yeah, well, Joe Rogan sucks.
Yeah, he does.
He sucks.
And
He's a part of the culture war, to bring it back.
Yeah, and also
real
poor Guy
nasty
Fieri is not a thought I ever thought
No.
I would ever have myself feeling, but yet here we are.
I will make sure to take a trip to Flavortown.
You don't take a trip to Flavortown every day?
No, I don't actually.
No.
He's a white boy. He don't know how spices work.
Oh,
I don't think
hold
that's
on.
true about
People
Taylor.
who have had my cooking say that I actually eat pretty well, and that's either they're being very nice, but no, they say I cook pretty well. So.
You've talked about how you make a form of gumbo before, so as long as you sort of understand what gumbo is, like you can't. You've been to Flavortown.
Also, you literally gave me spices for Christmas last year, so yes, that's why the joke doesn't work. So
that's fair.
I'm just being an asshole.
Truth be told, I thought Flavortown was a restaurant, not spice.
Oh, it probably is. I was more talking about the concept of Flavortown, not the actual place.
Like the idea. Of
I think it was an idea before it was an actual place.
Okay.
Back when Guy Fieri was just doing diners, drive-ins, and dives, and wasn't like a business owner or whatever.
Right.
Okay, as I say, I outside of just how he presents, I don't know anything about the guy. So.
Flavortown is in your mind, Tate.
It's a state of mind. It's a Flavortown state of mind. Get Billy Joel to write
Same
that.
with Funky Town. Funky Town as well, yeah.
They're right next door to each other, in fact.
Okay, all right.
In your brain.
Oh, gracious. Oh, but yeah, that's you mentioned to like try to like ping it back there with the Rogan thing. The Rogan thing always bums me out because there are some guests on that he's had on there that I've really enjoyed. Like, like somebody like Dan Carlin, and that's not to say, they're a guest on there, so bleh. It's more of just like, okay, it's nice that okay, this person's getting this attention, and it's somebody like, okay, they're talking. Who's this person? Oh, okay, I don't know who they are. Oh, they seem kind of interesting. Which can be a bad rabbit hole to go down, and you're like, okay, wrong choice.
See, but that's why the average person doesn't understand that Joe Rogan's actually like a nutcase, because they go, oh, he had a race car driver on. I like race cars, but when he has like an anti-vaxxer on, they don't watch it because they don't give a shit about that. But he has just as many of those freak shows on as he does like celebrities and stuff like that. And people
Mm-hmm.
tend to only watch when they have a guest they like.
Yeah.
But then he also has a certain section of his fan base that's like, what if Atlantis was real, dude, or something like that.
See,
like just strange.
those scratch my brain though. Those those are like the ones when I was younger and get into like conspiracy theories and stuff. That stupid shit. I used to eat that up when I was younger. I don't eat that up so much now because things have gone straight to Stupidsville. But
Well, yeah, now it's like, here's why Atlantis proves that Hitler was right.
Yes,
It comes to
exactly.
Unfortunately, that's where we've gone.
oh no!
I'll send you a
Don't
podcast.
die.
I'll send you a podcast because you think that's a joke. It's not a fucking
no.
joke. There are literally people
Oh,
who
no.
can connect the two things.
I do think
would
that
upset
sort of
you.
thing. I do think that sort of thing, used to be a little bit more benign. Like,
Yeah,
it used to
absolutely.
be people just being like, what if this crazy shit was real? And they had no agenda. It was just like, I don't know, I just think it would be cool if Atlantis was real. Like, I
Yeah.
won't. I might not have the same fervor for it, but I'm not going to begrudge someone that.
No,
Like,
who
yeah,
cares?
okay, I guess it would be pretty cool. But, like,
Yeah.
if it doesn't end there,
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord, that's. Oh boy. Oh man, I mean, I like from some of the postulate theories and stuff of where they're like, it might have been this kind of city state in Spain or something, or the what are those the Avers? What's the what the heck is it? The islands that are just outside of they're just outside, like hundreds of miles.
I
out.
know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's not the Maldives. Oh, I can't remember. The Azores? Is that what it is?
It's,
Now you got me.
that doesn't sound right, but I may have also completely lost track of what the actual name was at this point.
Yeah, it's the Azores.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
Look at what I know about geography.
Yeah. So, like, it's something like that. Okay. All right. That's kind of neat. That's kind of curious. The water level being a little higher, the sea level being higher now than it was, thousands of years ago. Go back to Tepe. These things are neat.
Yeah.
Except for when they deter into, or less deter and more crash into whatever the front flipping fuck you were talking about there.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. It's the culture war, man.
that's
Talking about doing, gymnastics to connect two things together earlier, like we were saying. Whew. That's takes some real effort. I'm tired just thinking about it.
yeah, that's something. I don't know what that something is, but that ain't something I need to know.
Bullshit.
I'm good.
Slade, do you just listen to these podcasts just to pass the time with your mouth agape and be like, I
listen. I listen to podcasts about these people, not necessarily
Oh,
I
I
don't
see.
listen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
them
yeah.
raw because I feel
Yeah.
like
That's a better way of doing it.
Yeah,
What's
that
the
would be rough.
podcast that you probably listen to that I'm blanking on the name of, that's become very popular in recent years for showcasing this kind of stuff?
Well, my podcast of choice would be Decoding the Gurus, which
Okay.
talks about secular gurus, is what they call them. And, they're basically people like Joe Rogan who are looked up to by a large group of, people who are basically seeker-type personalities who
Yep.
are, always trying to find that next thing that's going to make them whole, that person that they can listen to who's generally gonna, it never works because the person's usually trying to sell you something, and surprise, surprise, that's not where happiness comes from. I hate to spoil it to you if you've gotten this far in life and thinks you're gonna take a supplement that's suddenly gonna make you feel full inside, but that's not how it works.
casually cast a side glance to my supplements. Don't listen. Don't
Joe
listen.
Rogan lied to me. He lied.
I'm not saying they're all evil. Eat your vitamin D if you want.
Yeah,
But-
vitamins can, make you feel good,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're maybe not the solution to all your life's problems.
Yeah, your weird bioengineered brain, crumpling creatine powder or whatever. Maybe steer clear of that stuff. I don't know.
If what you're actually looking for is just dick pills, just be honest with yourself.
Yeah,
Just buy the dick
absolutely.
pills and say that that's what they're for.
Absolutely.
No reason to dance around it. Nobody's perfect.
Right. And the generic ones are pretty cheap, so there you go.
Another secret about myself.
Dick pills?
I'm afraid of where
I presented it that way, so it'd be the joke of that. But
Right.
no, I don't really. I probably should take some supplements, but I don't really take supplements of anything.
It's better to just have a balanced diet. If you're not, eating
I don't have a balanced
dino nuggets for every
Yeah.
meal, well,
My diet ain't great, and I don't.
Balance in air quotes. As in,
well,
do you
get
eat
a better
vegetables
diet.
sometimes? If so, then you probably have a better diet than a lot of people.
My diet is balanced in that I can hold a plate in my hand and it does not spill over. That's
Okay, well, gotta start somewhere. No, I take vitamin D because I think probably almost everyone is in this situation right now with the way most jobs tend to be. But unless you are really out in the sun a lot and maybe not fully clothed, you probably have a vitamin D deficiency. And, given that most jobs are, I suppose probably desk jobs these days, or at least indoor jobs in some form, most people have a vitamin D deficiency. And, I don't think there's anything controversial about vitamin D, at least not the last time I checked. But I apologize if I'm endorsing something that's become viewed as untoward. But to me, it's just vitamin D and helps me feel a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's what if I said oh, did you know that 98% of vitamin D is produced by I don't know. Think of
Joe
what
Rogan?
horrible regime is still around. Saudi Arabia. Yeah, it comes from Joe Rogan. He
It comes from inside his body.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking of the least gross orifice, and they're all pretty gross. So I'm not gonna paint a mental image for you, but
It's too late. Oh Lord!
he sprouts them from his head like
Like
Zeus did.
little
Athena.
mushrooms. You just kind of.
Oh boy. I'm in other news. I no longer need vitamin D.
All right. I'll just take the roof off your house. Just
I'm looking for alternate solutions.
I was about to say, do we want to just kind of wrap it there then, and just kind of
Sure.
just slide it just be okay. Before go more into to crazy stuff, because truthfully I did not have notes of anything to be oh yes,
That's fine.
This is I want to bring up Exhibit 3C to talk
Right.
about. Yeah,
I guess to sum it up, touch some fucking grass, you nerds. Holy shit. Jesus, it's a fucking movie. Christ.
touch grass. Don't make it your identity.
Think
Know
about things
job.
every once in a while.
know
Kiss
your
a
role.
girl, pet a cat.
Yes.
Yeah, so pet a
Cat
girl,
part I
kiss a cat.
particularly
Got
can't-
it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
But,
There's a cat involved in there somewhere.
don't make it your identity. Don't. Know your role and have that responsibility to be have that filter, that check to be like, should I say this? Should I really be?
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
No, and I get it. We all fail at this. I mean,
yeah,
it is certainly a lot easier to just want to fly off the handle.
Yeah, and actually thinking about your media is way more fulfilling. I promise.
Yeah, it'll make you a better and a more interesting person.
Agreed.
Well, that, or if anything, I think a more amiable. Just you get along with people better if you're not just.
People appreciate a good conversation. Who knew?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That is weird how that works.
And the thing you like sucks is not a good conversation.
Oh boy.
That's what you should take away from this. The thing you like, garbage. Yeah. Final Fantasy V, garbage.
Not a great conversation.
I'll say it. That's my hill.
Well, no, the problem is nobody here. I mean, maybe I don't think Final Fantasy V is garbage necessarily, but I'm not gonna stand up too much for Final Fantasy V.
I will.
It is literally just a meme at this point. Like, it is
White Mage Dragoon.
It is the burning ember from GameFAQs and their unwillingness to have a bad review for that game, or at least back in the day.
How many people did you yell at about Final Fantasy V on GameFAQs?
I did not yell at anybody. Matt Arbel can vouch for this. I yelled at or toward friends who would listen to my insanity.
There you go. Healthy behavior. Healthier behavior.
Don't yell at people, yell about people.
That's the last point.
It was just, and eventually it's just slid into just being, it is just a silly reference more than anything. Because it does not, like I said, all 8 of my brain cells they already got enough work. They ain't got enough in them to carry that load.
Right.
They don't got time for no job system. Get out of here with those jobs.
X-Death fighting a tortoise.
Yeah, or
turns
a tree.
into a splinter. I mean, the tree thing isn't a bad idea. Like, okay, it took all of the bad spirits and everything, and they locked it away at that. Okay, that's a pretty stereotypical way to start something. Okay, all right. I ain't even mad about that. I'm more mad about the splinter thing. I'm more mad about the stupid tortoise fight.
I'm more mad about the fact that they couldn't name him something better than X-Death. Like, on the Final Fantasy villain naming scale, that's pretty weak.
That's yeah. At least pull out a different name like Necron to be like, okay, it's Death, but we'll call him something a little different. Necron. Okay, yeah. Got it.
Gets the job done.
It does. All right, any last words from either of you?
Slaid. My last words happened 10 minutes ago.
That's true. B. Clark, any last things that you want
to... think about your media, like I said, and also watch the next 1 million power video and every video on the channel, and everything I ever do going forward.
Yep. We'll link that down below. So yes,
I will at least promise everyone listening to this that I will not allow my videos to go into this horrible territory that we've talked about today.
Yeah, that's
my guarantee to you.
Right.
Well, thank you both of you for willing to indulge in this horrible experiment. And
absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
I don't know if it was good, but I hope it was entertaining.
It sure was an experiment.
Right. So so those of you who did stick around, thank you.
Sorry.
Or sorry, depending on how you're feeling right now. Enjoy your weekday, weekend, weeknight, and everything in between. I'll catch you next time. So,
bye.
Toodles.
Later.
Toodles.